sun has gone, but I am here. Our foes wither beneath a halo of blackened flame.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Light will not
30
avail.
seconds until minions
My
spawn.
shield will.
Minions have spawned.
What dark dreams may come. Two ancient warriors. One of them, one of them. Lighten thy eyes. The sky has opened.
Don't you always feel like dirt?
Long is the night. Gaze into the burning ring. Do not look away. It is not a small thing to fight for good. Tis the moon, ringed by a ravenous star. Wrap thyself in the cold of an empty silence.
Blood. An enemy has been slain.
Obscures the nature of this place. Cling to the twilight, lest true darkness swallow thee. Chosen of the Eclipse. That is my title. To face these veiled terrors. Shadows hide nothing from you. This is the path to totality. The last light approaches. This land's evils to rest. I am but one light in an endless abyss. Nothing but death.
An ally has been slain.
Our foes wither beneath a halo of blackened flame. Light will not avail me. My shield. What dark dreams may come. Two ancient orders, one above, one below. Lighten thy eyes, the sky is opened. Gaze into the burning ring. Do not look away. It is but a small thing to fight for good.
An enemy has been slain.
Tis the moon, ringed by a ravenous star.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Wrap thyself in the cold of an empty sun. Fog obscures the nature. shadows hide nothing from me. This is the moment. Oh, silver flame. Oh, empty stone, I beseech you. Let us put this land's evils to rest.
Shut down.
I am but one light in an endless abyss. Tis unnatural, this vermilion twilight. Our enemies win nothing but death.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Fear not the sunless sky. Our foes wither beneath a halo of blackened flame. Light will not avail. My shield. What dark dreams may come. Two ancient worlds. One of you. Long is the night. Gaze into the burning ring. Do not look away.
An enemy has been slain.
To fight for God. Luminous way! Tis the moon, ringed by a ravenous star. Wrap thyself in the cold of an empty sun.
An ally has been slain.
Stygian fog obscures the nature of this place. Cling to the chosen of the eclipse. That is not shadows hide nothing from me. This is the path to totality. The last light approaches. Let us put this last evils to rest. This shall be. Let our enemies know nothing but death. O baleful heavens, O vermilion darkness, swear thy embrace. Fear not the sunless sky.
Killing spree.
Light will not avail thee. My shield will.
Enemy killing spree.
What dark dreams may come. Two ancient orders, one above, one below. The sky has opened. Empty stone, I beseech you. 'Tis the moon, ringed by a ravenous star. Wrap thyself in the cold of an empty sun. and intend not to break. To face these veiled terrors, we must know. This is the path to totality. I am but one left in an endless abyss. It was unnatural. Twice. Fear not the sunless sky. Our foes wither like blackened flame. This cleansing must be completed. Lighten thy eyes. The sky has opened. Long is the night.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Rip indeed. Not really. Right from the pretty early on game, that Twisted Fate was already crying. And there's nothing worse than a crying ass mid lane. No, no math. Those are just facts. There's nothing worse than a crying ass mid lane. Especially one who thinks he's doing something. He sits there and acts like he's fucking Jesus Christ. Oh, y'all didn't call the MIA. Oh, wait, actually you did, but I'm not going to say anything. And I'm not going to call MIAs either. But I'm still going to complain about the bot lane. What a shit bot lane, you know I don't call MIAs either. Fucking retard.
More of a dog person, huh?
No, do not give them a compliment, but do not try. I always ban the kitty. Every fucking round. I ban that goddamn cat, because I never want to see her again. Doesn't she just sound so cute when you ban her that? She's just like more of a dog person, huh? She's so depressed.
This shall be finished.
I love cats. Cats are great. But I don't like Yumi as a champion. I hate everything about her. All she does is attach to someone and sits there like a fucking coward all game until she needs to come out and heal. It's fucking stupid. Their team is so fucking stacked in comparison to ours. How is it now? I don't want to turn it up too much because then it'll start sounding really shitty probably. Okay, they don't have many mastery points though actually.
Find me greater foes. For my father, the king.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
Demacia, now and forever.
Nasus top is just such a fucking coin flip. Either you have a really good Nasus and he farms Q really well and gets really fat and unkillable, or he's just absolute garbage and he cries all fucking game. Especially against the Darius.
Today is a good day to die.
There's literally no in between.
Ours is but to do. Protect the faithful.
Boy, Nasus is already not even 3 fucking minutes in. Jesus, this game's already over. Lord help my LP.
We shall rest with
Rip this fucking game, and the fucking 20-0 Darius is gonna show up in my face later on.
all their forces.
has been slain. Double kill.
No quarter for the wicked. Who dares defy my will?
Well, maybe if the bot lane continues to do good, we'll be okay. $42 stacks.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
Can't believe I just got counter jungled by Sejuani. And ha! Doesn't matter, she's dead. Rest in peace, bitch.
Purge the unjust. Find me greater foes. For my father, the king. Demacia, now and forever.
Oh boy, Darius is sick. Let's see if Nasus died again.
Today is a good day to
An ally
die.
has been slain.
Missed that EQ knock. A+ gameplay from me.
I love a challenge.
An enemy has been slain.
We shall rest when we are dead. Ours is but to do and die. No quarter for the wicked. dares defy my will? Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
Killing spree.
The glorious red buff.
Find me greater foes.
I'll tell you, I've become addicted to Moby boots. I hate fucking moving slow.
An ally has been slain.
For my father, the king.
Yeah, he's dead.
Ally has been slain.
Demacia, now and forever. Today is a good day to die.
Easy as pie.
Protect the faithful. We shall rest with our
Dragon.
dead.
Me and my half health will head down there.
No quarter for the wicked.
Rampage.
Beautiful. Gotta love it when a bot lane knows what they're doing.
Mortality is truly divine.
It's probably a little more so the action is what you kind of saw. At least I think so.
Who dares defy my will?
Oh, come on, I've seen you play bot lane. It's a force to behold.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters. Find me greater foes.
It's a game where you capitalize on your bot. Diana's top, so we get
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
and that's gotta
Turret plating will fall soon.
Demacia, now and forever.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Today is a good day to die. Protect the faithful.
They're getting ripped, certainly.
We are dead. No quarter for the wicked. Who dares defy my will?
Bad movie party.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
This game's looking promising, even though the asses is running on for a while. What would I just say?
Has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
It's a minute and
Demacia,
49 seconds too
now
long.
and forever. Today is a good day to die.
How do I get that assist?
An enemy has been slain.
We shall rest when we are dead. No quarter for the wicked. Who dares defy my will?
Fucking asshole.
An enemy has been slain. He has destroyed a turret.
Brothers and sisters.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Find me greater foes.
Shut down.
Demacia, now and forever. Righteous retribution.
Shut down. Ally has been
Today is
slain.
a good day to die.
we're doing okay right now. One fight can change this, and this Nasus keeps over pushing a bit. There's not anything we can really do for.
Has been slain.
Okay.
We shall rest when we are dead.
An enemy has been slain.
No quarter for the wicked. Who dares defy my will?
Killing spree.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters. Find me greater foes.
An ally has been slain.
For my father.
An enemy has been slain.
And that should be the end. Jesus Christ, I finally won one. Oh, look at that double honor. Aren't I something special? I did the good, but look at my match history. I don't do the good a lot lately, I'm telling you. I'm getting worse and worse at games as I age. Lord help me next year. You need to be hard on yourself. If you're not hard on yourself, then you lapse even more. And plus, sitting there giving yourself compliments all the time, it's not going to make you a better player. Well, come on, you know I'm always hard. It's like my default stance. Are they, though? Are they really? I think I might need some proof about that one.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
Why not? According to your own statement, a woman's body in that area shouldn't be sexualized anyways, right? So you shouldn't feel, I don't know, awkward for sending it, right? That's your logic, right? Okay, well, you should have the right to be nude and show your friend, right? Like, I mean, we're friends, right?
I always take my toll. Blood or gold.
Also, I hope you know I'm kidding. Oh, your boyfriend's a cuck anyways. Does he, though? Do cucks really have feelings? Like, do they really when you think about it? And if they do have feelings, should we really take them into account? I mean, sure, Nazis have feelings, but do we take those into account? I mean, obviously, cucks are worse than Nazis. That's a fact. Also, where is your cuck-ass boyfriend? Is he asleep? Wow. What person goes to sleep at 3:30 in the morning? Okay, well, who goes to sleep at that time? I'll tell you who. Cucks. I know I'm right. And you can tell him that when he wakes up, too. Tell him, Nathan, Eric says you're a cuck. Of course I am. No shit. I'm always right. Like, come on, when have I ever been wrong? Remember that time I told you Remy was an asshole? I'm always right, so he must be an asshole, right? Let me wash you a sandwich? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Sure, that wouldn't make the sandwich
Heroes
taste
go
bad
hungry.
at all, especially with all that beautiful soap, right?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
I mean, it'll make sure the food's purified, right?
It's just business.
Is this gonna be a remake? Rip. There's nothing worse than hard bread. And there's also nothing worse than a remake. What a waste of time. So, how much do you know about Dracula? Because I bought this game on Steam a long time ago. I played it. I've already beaten it. I played it on GameFly when GameFly was a thing. And I really, really like it. And it just does not have a lot of positive reviews on Steam. I thought I already had it installed, but I don't. It shouldn't take long though. I think this is a different Dracula game to the one you're probably thinking of. It most likely is something different. We'll find out. So tell me something to draw. Tell me something small you want to see. I'll show you my great fucking painting skills. An Owo face? I'm not sure what that is. Is that like a OUO, right? Or is it OWO? I'm not sure. OWO. Okay. Beautiful, right? 10 out of 10. Look at those lines. Absolutely amazing, I know. Tell me about it. It's beautiful. 10 out of 10. I should make it my Twitch logo. I very unintentionally gave this person a dick. I did not mean to do that. Oh look, it's the size of Nathan's penis. Oh man, that's so beautiful. Oh, does he? Is it something like this? Is that what it looks like? Oh fuck, I'm gonna get banned on Twitch. I'm sure you can already hear that banging music. Yeah, no, I'm still setting it up.
Is it the fear of death that is tormenting you?
The fear of suffocating, Monsignor.
Yeah, I figured
At
it wasn't.
Caporetto, a shell buried my unit. I was the lone survivor.
God spared your life. May he bring peace to your soul.
His word guides me through my trials. After my nightmare, I opened the Bible and read this passage from Isaiah. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
And no, this is not a Christian game.
You use the Bible to interpret your dreams. Please, don't sink to superstition.
Your Eminence, since God rules the world, nothing happens by chance. Everything is the expression of his will. Everything must have a sense.
And it is not in the power of man to discover it. Ah, no, your hunger for answers leads you astray. Please, let's get back to the matter at hand. The congregation is sending you to Vladoviste in the bishopric of Alba Iula.
In Transylvania?
Also,
The
the
region
game's
has just
showing
been
up,
annexed
right?
by Romania, has it not?
To be sure, they speak mostly Romanian there, as well as a little Hungarian and German, 3 languages you know well. You will investigate the case of Martha Calugarul, a physician and scientist who died a few months ago.
And we're already investigating?
Can you see
The
it good?
postulator of her cause has presented solid arguments to justify a rapid process.
Because I have my
Naturally,
chat in
this
front of it,
mustn't influence
so I
you.
can't see if it's showing up
You
good.
know your duty, don't you, Mr. Devil's Advocate?
I hope you're ready for this, man. It's a scurry game. Ooh.
Devil's Advocate, promoter of the faith. Monsignor Briganti has entrusted me with a great responsibility. God help me be worthy of it. Will Martha Caligaro one day be counted among the saints of the Catholic Church? I hope so, but truth must prevail. My investigation must leave nothing in the dark.
Look at it. Aren't you already engrossed?
Before anything else, let's try to find that inn where I reserved my room. Before anything else, let's try to find that inn where I reserved my room.
Excuse me, I'm 99% sure this is the end. Oh.
My lord, the war has caused so much damage.
Hey, YouTubers aren't supposed to play this before me. This is for me only. Oh, here's the end.
That huge, brightly lit building must be the inn. Hello, ma'am. I'm Father Arno Moriani.
Ah, you're the one who's come from Rome about Martha. Hello, Father. Your room's waiting.
She kind of looks
There's
like
one on
Lindsay.
the right at the top of the staircase. You already got a letter. I put it on your table.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hosanna, Father. Call me Hosanna. It's the name they christened me with. Oh, yes, one thing. Young Master Peckmaster told me he'd sure like to meet you.
Mr. Peckmaster?
Yeah, Janos Peckmaster. He's one of my lodgers. He got the room across from yours. He's in the parlor right now.
Very well. I'll go say hello now.
Can I do something for you, Father?
No thank you, Ozana. I don't need anything for the time being.
Oh, look at me, aren't I just fucking beautiful? Look at those graphics. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Aw, Scooter just jumped on my chair. Scooter says hi.
I'm Janos Peckmester, assistant professor in the medieval history department at the University of Alba Iulia.
Father Arno Moriani, of the Congregation of Rites.
I won't ask you what you've come here for. The whole village is aware of it.
And you? What brings you to Vladiviste?
I'm verifying some locations and doing a little excavation at the Castle of Twilight on the heights near the village.
That must be fascinating. Is the structure well preserved?
Before the war, it was in perfect condition. Unfortunately, it suffered enormously during the 1916 counteroffensive.
This is all he has to say.
Just between us, it was a terrible defeat for the Romanian army. Without its allies' help, Romania would never have obtained Transylvania. We can hope so. Do you want to meet me tomorrow at the Castle of Twilight? You can see the ruins from the village. To get up there, go through the crossroads of the Broken Oak.
That would be a great pleasure.
I mean, it's always time for Hot Pockets. It doesn't matter what time it is. Why the fuck do they have a frying pan? Oh, I guess maybe use to cook it over the fire, probably. Probably. Oh yeah, look at this ancient telephone. Beautiful.
This is Cardinal Felicio Briganti.
This is Father Arno Moriani.
Your mission is delicate, Arno. It's difficult to accomplish without offending someone, but I have faith in you. You'll know how to act suitably.
Goodbye, Your Eminence.
Be well, Arno.
This must be my room.
Martha Calagarl.
A missive from the Diocese of Alba-Eula. It concerns Martha. This biography cannot be objective, of course, but it helps to capture Martha's personality. It's about time I seriously started my investigation. This oak wardrobe is very solid. This oak wardrobe...
Yeah, no shit.
This oak wardrobe... This isn't the right time. This must be the room of Janos Peckmester. Smells of tobacco. My next-door neighbor is a heavy smoker. It's not polite to burst in on people this way.
Nonsense, you're on an investigation.
Can I do something for you, Father?
No, thank you, Ozana. I don't need anything for...
Okay, where am I supposed to go? I really don't remember. That's what I'm saying. Like, do they not know they need my help?
Don't stay in that drafty hall. Come here. I'm in the kitchen.
I have no business being here. Hello, miss. I'm Father Arno Moriani.
I am Dr. Maria Florescu. Have you come from the Vatican, Father?
Ah, I see that news travels quickly.
Ozana is a chatterbox, you know. So, I've learned that you reserved a room at the inn, and that you've come with regard to the canonization of Martha Calugarol.
To be more exact, I'm here to conduct a preliminary inquiry. In fact, I'd like to ask you a few questions in that respect, but I hope I'm not bothering you, Doctor.
Call me Maria, please, and I'd be very happy to help you.
What type of Hot Pockets did you get? It's a very important question about whether we can be friends still or not.
I've read the research she published. I also know about her through what the villagers say, and from the traces she left in this house. She led an austere life and worked a great deal. Her only distraction was photography. All her equipment is still here. I'd wanted to set myself up since the end of my studies, but I didn't have the money to buy a practice. The Vesnicia Foundation offered me this job after the death of Dr. Calugarol. I accepted it right away. I'm put up, I earn a salary for tending to the poor, and I can develop a small private practice on the side.
Ham and cheese, that is literally the worst Hot Pocket flavor, and you should feel bad.
In fact, I did observe several spontaneous cures, but, you know, this sort of thing happens relatively frequently. Spontaneous does not necessarily mean miraculous. Everything is possible. Don't hesitate to come back if you think I can help you, or I can stop by the inn if you prefer.
You will always be welcome, but please, don't go to the trouble. I'll come by again.
Oh, she wants some of the D. She wants the Catholic D. Pretty much every single one that's not ham and cheese.
I already have some.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That was the creepiest animation I've ever seen. Let's watch it again. 10 out of 10. Game of the year right here.
Adele, lie down. I'm sorry. That dog is unbearable.
No, he's not. He's a good watchdog.
You're kind. He's a good dog. His presence is reassuring. He keeps prowlers away, and any cats or foxes who might attack my birds.
Not gonna lie, that scared the shit out of me. I forgot about that.
Adele, lie down.
Hey, don't criticize this game, okay? This game is literally perfect.
I have no business.
Oh, look, spooky. Are you spooked? Are you spooked, Colby? Are you spooked?
I thought I saw something move behind that window a while ago. Was I dreaming? The house seems abandoned.
Ooh, spooky, Colby. We're being watched.
This is not the time to take the train.
Look at that beautiful Romanian flag. Excuse me? Oh. Probably the meatball. Either meatball or pepperoni. Probably meatball though. How about you? I hope you don't say ham and cheese. I'll have to ban you from my Twitch.
The view must be splendid up there, but I'm too...
You're making me want to ban you, Colby. Please don't. We don't allow that type of heathenism in this Twitch chat. I've had like a steak, Philly steak one.
This isn't the right time.
This isn't the right time. Okay. Oh. I'm a fucking idiot. I remember where I have to go. Aren't these some fucking A+ cutscenes? I mean, look at that village. Isn't it beautiful? I guess I haven't had the new steak and cheese one then.
It's closed. Please!
Oh my god, don't get so close to me! What the fuck?
Hello, son. I am Father Arno.
You're the one who's come to get Martha into heaven?
Oh, I'm not the one who decides that, you know. I'm just here to question people to find out who she was.
She gave injections. When I was little, that scared me. But she always gave me candy afterwards. She was nice. And she's even nicer since she's dead.
Damn, that's
Is that so? Explain that to me.
She protects people. When you go to some bad spot in the middle of the night, you have to repeat 3 times, "Saint Martha, protect me, and nothing will happen to you." The gravedigger told me that. And also, when you burn a candle on her grave, you can make a wish.
Have you made one?
I asked Martha to send me a friend to play with. I had one, but he died. And then another one, but he left, so now I'm bored. She's beautiful. You can see she's a lady from the city. She's the one who gives injections now. She gave one to me, but I'm not scared anymore.
beautiful. Damn, poor kid died when he was 1. Oof.
Hey, sir!
Hey, look, it's Nathan.
How do you do? I'm Father Arno Moriani of the Sacred Congregation of Rites.
Ah, you're the one come for our Martha. Welcome, Father. I'm Jordan Michu, gravedigger and sexton of the parish.
Look at that red nose.
Sure, I knew her. She was a darn good doctor, with all due respect. And she had guts. She saved a lot of folks during the war. And then, young Ariel, that everybody was sure had an evil eye cast on him and was sure to die. But that ain't all.
Yes?
She works miracles.
Explain that to me.
Weren't for her, I'd have the back all busted. 'Cause, let me tell you, she heals even better since she died. That's why people go to her grave and light candles there. She was found in the dispensary, lying on her bed, calm, like as if an angel had come to get her. We all wanted her to have a real nice burial, but we had to do something simple, 'cause the funeral parlor's been closed since the war. Father Gregorio Nijescu, he left for the south on a cure. He was real tired. Especially after the death of Martha, she helped him a lot with his good works. The bishop hasn't found a replacement yet, so once again we got no priest, like during the war.
I'll leave you. You seem to have a great deal of work.
Well, with all due respect, Father, I gotta move the old ones to make room for the newcomers.
Damn.
This here is the corner of the Great Plague. These folks been here since 1780, so we can stuff them into a communal grave. They'll keep each other warm.
That's fucked up. What the fuck?
It's closed.
Can I do something for you, Father?
No, thank you.
Well, considering you have the nastiest hot pocket, I think I'd rather fucking eat literal dog shit.
Do you want to meet me?
That would be a great... This isn't the right time.
Boy, where the fuck am I supposed to go then? The hell? I mean, why would I eat dog shit when I have food? That's the question.
I have no business being... It'd be better for me to call... This is not the time to take the train.
This is not the time to take the train. Okay. Man, look at that car. What a piece of shit. Trying to think of what I need to do. I know, like she's fucking working hard behind the scenes. You know her fat ass is just sitting down in the chair. This is embarrassing. It's not even a fucking puzzle. How am I lost?
The view must be splendid up there.
Alright, Colby. Where am I supposed to go?
In fact, I did observe several... Don't hesitate to come back.
You will always...
I mean, I know, like, follow my heart. Okay. I mean, I know the gist of this game, but I just cannot fucking remember where to go now. I'm from the Catholic Church, though, you know, I gotta have them clean hands for when I touch little boys inappropriately. Don't you know? That boy in here better watch out, I'm coming for him.
You know.
Yeah, get over here, you fucking creepy ass little boy. He literally looks like a 90-year-old man as a midget.
It's closed. Hey, sir!
This guy looks like a fucking human goblin.
I'll leave you. You...
Well, with this here...
You can't trust somebody with a nose like that. He's not even a brown noser, he's a fucking red noser. I'm 99% sure as a Catholic person, our main character would have an issue if that was a goblin. Well, it's the early 1920s, everybody's a fucking drunk.
Can I do something for you, Father?
No thank you, Ozana.
This is Cardinal Felicio.
This is Father Ar...
Your mission is delicate.
Goodbye, Your...
Be well.
Beautiful.
We can hope so. Do you want...
That would be a...
Okay, like, seriously, what the actual fuck? What am I supposed to do? I feel like I'm supposed to go to sleep, but man's like, no, this is not right time.
A missive from the... This biography... It's about time... This isn't the right time. This oak wardrobe is very it's not... This must be the...
No, isn't this just some Hey!
This trap door must lead to the attic.
We'll pull it fucking
This
down.
trap door must...
Or, you know, just don't do anything. It's fine too. Colby, will you forgive me if I look up what to do? Fucking shitty ass Steam. missing one thing. I'm supposed to call the priest from this village. And I was supposed to get the number from the gravedigger. Pretty sure I clicked on everything.
Hey, sir!
He left a phone number? Ask.
I'm fucking
I'll leave
stupid.
you.
Well, with all this here.
This is Father Gregorio Najescu.
Hello, this is Father Arno Moriani. I belong to the Sacred Congregation of Rites, and I'm investigating the case of the late Martha Caligaro.
Ah, yes, I'm aware of that. She was a good Christian, courageous, charitable, and she attended Mass regularly. I appreciated her a great deal.
Goodbye, Father Gregorio. I wish you a good rest.
Goodbye, Father Arno.
Well, I think I've done enough for this first day at Vladiviste. It's time to go to bed.
What an absolutely exhilarating conversation. We learned absolutely nothing.
Luciana!
Johan! May I come up?
Come! Luciana!
Johan!
Ooh, spooky.
Oh, Lord, free me from night terrors. What a strange nightmare. I think I need to refresh my ideas. What if I went to visit Janos at the castle? I really would like to move this wardrobe. This is a particularly heavy piece of furniture. No way to just slide it. I really would like...
Please, Father, I have something to tell you.
Oh, look at her. She's actually working. That broom looks really inefficient.
Mr. Stefan Luca, a reporter from the city, arrived here this morning. He's in the parlor. He sort of told me to kind of tell you he'd like to talk to you.
A reporter? Very well, I'll go.
Wait, Father. I also wanted to tell you. I have to make up the room to the right of yours for Mr. Luca. And maybe it's dumb, but I don't dare go in it anymore.
Oh? Why is that, Ozana?
Well, it's like it was kind of cursed.
Really? What makes you think that?
Spot. The black spot. The more I rub, the less it goes away. And then the crucifix. It falls down on its own.
Come. What can I do to reassure you?
Please, put the cross back in place. I don't dare touch it. And bless the room. That way, I'll be able to go in it to do the housework. Please.
It's stuck. It's stuck. Here's the black spot that frightens Ozana so much. Gloria Patri, et Filio, et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio, et nunc, et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. It's stuck. Ozana, I put the crucifix back in place and said a prayer. Are you reassured?
Thank you, Father. Thanks a lot. I'll be able to fix up the room. Dr. Florescu came by. She asked for you to go to the dispensary because she needs blood donors, if you're so inclined.
Fine, I'll go there. This must be the...
This guy looks evil as fuck.
Delighted to meet you, Father. Concerning Martha, I mean Dr. Calugarl, it's very important that you know. She was murdered.
What are you saying?
Yes, I didn't introduce myself. Stefan Luca, journalist. It's a good thing that you're here. Since the departure of Father Gregoriou, this village really needed a priest.
Yet I didn't come to replace him.
Of course, I know why the Vatican has sent you, for Martha's canonization. But I want to talk with you about something else. There's something much more serious. Martha, well, she was killed for defying evil.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Are you skeptical? I was too. But read this letter that Martha sent me 3 months before her death. Here are the notes Martha kept. Once you've read the file on each victim, you'll be convinced. I'm sure.
The documents you showed me are astonishing. However, I'm surprised Dr. Calugarl entrusted you with them. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all.
Medical secrecy is a secondary issue when human lives are at stake. Think of it. The identified victims are just the latest ones. Martha was convinced that there were many others over the past years. No, the past centuries. She wanted me to alert public opinion, but the editors of my paper were pressured. Our enemy is very influential. We have to do something.
Let's see. I agree that these files are very disturbing, but we can't take the place of the police.
Martha contacted them a number of times, to no result.
Perhaps they didn't take her seriously. We should call back to explain the situation calmly.
The police, once again, didn't do their job. Call them, and you'll see.
That would seem to be the most reasonable course, if you don't have any objection.
Go right ahead. The telephone is in the next room. When you realize the ineffectiveness of the police, come back to see me.
This is Inspector Brutar.
I belong to the Sacred Congregation of Rights. I've come to Vladiviste to investigate the case of Martha Caligarl in view of her eventual canonization.
Martha Caligarl. I remember her well. Always bothering my men with unbelievable stories and groundless complaints. She wasn't a bad woman, but she had a screw loose.
I'll note your opinion. Inspector, I'm calling because my investigation has revealed several suspicious deaths, which all occurred in Vladiviste. They could very well be murders.
Give me the names of the supposed victims.
Marian Marescu, dead in October 1913, Seldrick Maliskal in July 1916, and an unidentified young girl who died in November 1919.
I see exactly what you're talking about. Wasn't it a certain Stefan Luca who transmitted this information to you?
Well, that is...
Of course it's him. Don't believe anything he tells you. He's just been fired by his newspaper. He's just a troublemaker. Father Moriani, I have to warn you. Our country is currently in the grip of a certain agitation. And the Catholic minority isn't viewed very positively by certain political groups. So, if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't prolong my visit to Transylvania.
Thank you for your advice, but you understand that I can't leave without carrying out my mission. Goodbye, Inspector. The police think that Martha was mad. Her case doesn't look good, but it's out of the question for me to close the file without digging deeper. Let's go back to the journalist to question him.
Good. Did you call the police? Are you convinced that they won't do a thing? Then we can go on to serious matters. Read these 2 letters and tell me what you think of them.
Vampires, hosts. My lord, I must elucidate this sorry affair. Let's subject Stefan Luca to some methodical questioning. The letters you showed me raise a lot of questions. First of all, what exactly does the term vampire signify?
Vampire, wampir, upir, upir, brucolacus for the Greeks. Do these words really evoke nothing for you?
To tell you the truth, they do. I seem to recall reading something about these, creatures. So, if I understand right, Martha tried to drive them back with a communion host ground into a powder?
That's right. With the crumbs from the host, she drew a protective circle.
Tell me, was the host consecrated?
I suppose so.
Did Father Gregoriou know that this sort of activity was going on in his parish?
The best would be for you to ask him the question. That's the frightful reality.
And why don't the residents do something to rid themselves of a curse like that?
Because they're resigned and submissive. To vanquish evil, you have to be strong. She wasn't that old.
Overwork, perhaps?
Come on, she was in perfect health. Just before she died, she was still hiking in the mountains. Yes, we chatted over a glass of Tsuika, our local prune brandy. Janos is a great lad, very cultured, but he has a rare lack of imagination.
I have to question Father Gregoriou about this sinister story of vampires.
Is this new?
I can't borrow this without permission.
Greenleaf Rest Home. Good day.
Could I speak to Father Gregoriou Nigescu, please? This is Father Arno Moriani.
One moment, I'll see.
This is Father Gregoriou Nigescu.
Hello, this is Father Arno Moriani. Father, I have to discuss a very delicate subject with you. Please answer my questions very precisely. It's important. Do you know Stefan Luca?
He's a journalist, a friend of Martha's. They developed photographs together.
According to Stefan Luca, Martha Caligaro believed in vampires and engaged in strange rituals.
It's true. And before you ask the question, yes, I helped her.
You do know the position of the church on this subject, don't you?
I know it. And I don't doubt that it's a very reasonable position when you think about the question, seated in an office in Rome. But in Vladoviste, the situation is different.
Do you want me to tell you how things happened?
Unfortunately not. 2 nights later, the window opened mysteriously, and the wind blew away the protective circle. Martha found the child dead, with wounds on his neck. It's very likely. I knew she was threatened. I'd offered her a dog to protect her. Now that seems to me to have been laughable. As if a dog could have stopped the enemy she was confronting.
Do you think that enemy was a vampire? A supernatural creature?
An emanation of the devil. If you'd lived a few years in Vladoviste, you wouldn't doubt it. Martha spoke to me of it. It's a sort of accursed way of the cross, which leads to the source of evil. She embarked upon it against my advice. I wanted to protect her. Oh, I was wrong.
Why is that?
She died fighting. I fled. Today, it is she who has the good part.
Thank you for your frankness, Father. Of course, you realize that after your revelations, Martha will never be canonized.
Yes, of course. What does it matter if she rests in peace?
Another thing. If a direct question is asked, I shall be forced to evoke your part in this business.
So be it. But you should know that my only regret is not to have helped Martha more. In the end, I slipped away. It was cowardly of me.
The Lord is our only judge. I have no wish to condemn you. All right, now it's time to make my report to Monsignor Briganti. All right.
Here's a question for you, Colby. Do you believe in vampires and werewolves and things like that?
This is Cardinal Felicio Briganti.
This is Father Arno Moriani.
How is your investigation going?
A journalist friend of Martha Calugarl has a strange story to tell. He maintains she was assassinated by a dark power.
What? And what do the police think?
According to them, the reporter is a pathological liar, and Martha wasn't right in the head. As for me, I'm coming to more or less the same conclusions. I have proof that Martha believed in vampires and kept them away with the sacred host.
How could that be? File seemed so serious. What a disappointment. And as for those vampire stories, tell me, was the parish priest aware of this?
Yes. I suppose that I closed the Calugarl file then?
Certainly. And you open another one on vampires.
Excuse me?
You heard me right. Study the legend. Demolish it. Prove that it is not based on reality. We'll give your report widespread distribution.
Yes, but hasn't the Church already taken a position on the question?
To be sure. Benedict XIV formally condemned belief in vampires, but that was 2 centuries ago. It's time to bring his message up to date.
What exactly am I to do?
Seek the origins of the myth, but also pay attention to its literary aspects, its recent manifestations. Show that those phenomena that terrorize the naive are either pure fabrication or have explanations that aren't supernatural.
I understand.
And after you've finished your work, make sure you get some rest.
Goodbye, Your Eminence.
Be well, Arno.
I mean, as an atheist, you can still believe in the supernatural, right?
Sure you can. I don't know where it comes from. Some vagabond brought it to me. I gave him a meal in exchange for it. It's my way of being charitable, I guess. Dr. Florescu came by. She asked...
Fine.
Yeah, but some do. Some people who don't believe in God do.
Hello, Father Arno. What news?
It just so happens that my congregation has ordered me to undertake an inquiry on the vampires.
Inquire? We have to fight!
Suppose they exist. If that's the case, isn't it essential to study them first? Know thy enemy.
Ours is wily and difficult to get at, unless we take the path of the dragon. That was Martha's conviction.
The path of the dragon?
The dragon. The vampire. Dracula. All these names designate our adversary. The path of the dragon leads to his lair. Look at this file that Martha entrusted me with on her return from Turkey. She had established that the path comprised 7 trials. The related documents are sorted in 7 folders.
I know that work. It's Raphael's crucifixion.
Yes, photographed by Martha. According to her, this painting has a connection with the first stage on the Path of the Dragon.
Really? The painting has a hidden meaning?
Martha thought so. She spoke to me of other versions of the same work of art, slightly modified reproductions she examined in private collections. According to her, to understand the hidden message, the original's not enough. It has to be compared to the copies and the variations noted.
Do you have other versions of the painting?
Unfortunately not. Martha gave me this file at the beginning of her research, for she feared her papers would be stolen. Afterwards, we had a falling out, and she didn't transmit anything else to me. I'm certainly lacking some essential pieces.
We're radically changing style, you could say.
This other document is a sketch Martha made of an ancient bas-relief.
The inscription is hard to make out. It vaguely resembles Enochian.
But the drawing is clear. The figure is slashing his veins.
I see the sketch is classified in the first folder with the crucifixion. Is there a connection then between these two documents and the first stage of the path?
For Martha, there was no doubt about it. Here's a sketch of another bas-relief, from the same place as the previous one. Martha associated it with the second trial.
There aren't any other documents? Nothing for the 5 last tests?
They're all I have, but I'm sure that Martha found many others, if I'd only been more conciliatory. Father, we have to follow the path of the dragon. Let's go to Turkey, since Martha went there. Together we'll succeed.
I don't think that my superiors would appreciate that initiative. However, I promise that I'll think about it.
Martha said it was the only way to discover objects and symbols related to each trial. She added that without that knowledge, it was impossible to attain the end of the path. I went to give blood at the request of Dr. Maria Florescu.
You didn't try to recover any documents?
What's the point in harassing young Maria? I'm sure there's nothing left of Martha's archives. Our enemy has had plenty of time to destroy them. Father, help me resume the task that Martha began. With a priest at my side, I'd feel stronger.
It's not so simple. You see, this affair is really not in my purview.
Well, you should be a part of that group. Obviously, vampires and werewolves and devils and ghosts, they're obviously real.
I already have some.
Thank you for stopping by. I noticed that my blood stocks were really insufficient. Would you let me take a sample of yours?
Certainly. I was a priest medic during the war. I saw many lives saved thanks to transfusions.
Oh, so you're a nurse as well. Then you'll be able to do it yourself. Great. I have to rush off to see a patient on the other side of the village.
Oh, what exactly do I have to do?
Draw your blood and place the bottle in the refrigerated chest. The combination is easy to remember. The date the dispensary was built. They're coming to get me. I have to go. Could you mark your blood type in the analysis reports? And also determine the types of the last 3 donors? I didn't have time to run the tests. Oh yes, and if the phone rings, please answer. See you later.
God, I remember this one. I got so lost on this. Well, we better wash our hands, right?
I have to sterilize this equipment before I use it. I have to sterilize. I have to sterilize this equipment before I use it. I've done this hundreds of times to other people, but giving yourself a shot is not the same thing. Be brave. It has to be done. First, disinfect the area where we're injecting the needle. The ampoule is full. Perfect. Now I have to store the bottle of blood in the refrigerated cabinet. Maria asked me to answer the telephone.
This is Professor Heinrich von Kruger.
Dr. Florescu has gone out. May I take a message?
Please ask him to call me back as soon as possible at Munich 321941.
I'll be sure to do that.
Well, I get to wash my hands on another thing. Okay.
Don't need to do that anymore. Perfect. I'm sure of my results. Maria should be happy. I've done my work well.
Feels bad. Did you already wake him up? If I was him, I would smack you. Plus, women need a good smacking every once in a while.
This tree is a Sorbus acuparia, commonly known as the mountain ash or the rowan tree. I already have some. Skeletons. Exposed during the destruction of the ramparts.
They were convicts who died of exhaustion while digging the foundation of the castle. They were buried where they fell, probably so their ghost would guard the place.
Hello, Janos. I have a surprise for you. I've just been ordered to conduct an investigation into vampires.
What do you know? Anything can happen. And I was talking about the same subject with Stefan Luca, who just arrived at the inn. He's kind of a fanatic, and firmly believes in the existence of vampires. You should question him.
You're more useful to me because you're a historian. I have several questions to ask you, particularly about Vlad Tepes.
I'd be glad to answer them, but this incomplete sundial irritates me. Could you first help me restore it? This sundial adorned the entrance to the castle. A bullet shattered it, and a piece is still missing. I searched the whole area without finding it. That's especially annoying. Gold with a sable wolf, the personal coat of arms of Vlad Tepes.
Vulnerant omnes, ultima necat. All injure. The last one kills.
That refers to ours, doesn't it?
Yes, which gives us a rather gloomy picture of man's fate.
The dragon. It's the dynastic emblem of Vlad's family. Where did you find it?
A vagabond gave it to Ozana. Perhaps I should return it to her.
Oh, but its place is here. The person who took it had no right to pillage these ruins.
I must admit, you're right.
Gold with a sable...
Vulnerant...
That refers...
Yes.
That's a legend forged by his enemies. Stoker was inspired by it to write a very bad novel. The recognized expert on the subject was Professor Van Bergen.
The great Orientalist. The man who crisscrossed Asia for the English Secret Service?
The very one. At his death, his superb collection was bequeathed to his successor, Professor Irina Buxov. Speak about her to Stefan Luca. I think he has her number.
So Professor Boxoff would be the person to consult?
Without a doubt. She possesses remarkable pieces on the subject you are interested in. A manuscript of a biography of Vlad Tepes, in particular. It's a journey of initiation that some traditions associate with Vlad Tepes. Most likely because Vlad was called Dracula, which means the dragon or the devil. But it's more related to occultism than to history. Professor Buxov will fill you in better than I can. Can you hear? The wolves multiplied during the war. Now that peace has returned, they're hungry.
Irina Buxov? I tried to contact her, but I was rejected. She's incredibly mistrustful. It's a shame, because I think she knows a great deal about the Path of the Dragon.
Do you have her phone number? Who knows? Maybe I'll be luckier than you.
You think so? Possibly. You're a priest. That inspires trust. Call 445-827 in Budapest. But whatever you do, don't say you know me.
A priest
Father,
inspires trust.
help me.
It's not...
Not these days.
This is Irina Buxov.
Hello, Professor. At the request of my hierarchy, I'm investigating the persistence of certain superstitions. You are an authority on questions of folklore and popular beliefs.
You flatter me.
It
Let's
is.
say that I have had the good fortune to inherit the library of my predecessor, Professor Hermann von Bergen. But tell me, what exactly is your investigation focused on?
The belief in those imaginary creatures called vampires.
Vampires. You're interested in vampires.
Just to demystify them, the Catholic Church wants to fight this superstition.
I have serious reserves about getting into the subject. I am in great demand, you know. Could you be more precise about the framework in which you're conducting your inquiry?
I was entrusted with it by Monsignor Felicio Briganti of the Congregation of Rites. If need be, you can contact him by calling Vatican 63.
Your references are serious. I'll accept to help you, Father, but I don't trust the telephone. Could you visit me at my office in Budapest?
Certainly. As early as tomorrow, if it's all right with you.
Very good. I'll expect you.
Father,
it's not so simple.
Boy, he lived a long-ass time.
Father Arno, I presume? You didn't have too much difficulty finding my office?
No. The concierge told me what I needed to know. You have a wonderful place.
All the art objects surrounding me were bequeathed by my mentor and friend, the late Professor Hermann von Bergen.
I know his reputation. He was a great traveler.
And a distinguished scholar. But tell me, did you have a pleasant journey?
Yes, thank you. I admired the Transylvanian landscape, then I fell asleep.
And you've come from Transylvania?
From Vladiviste, to be precise.
The homeland of Vlad the Impaler. You made the right choice of locales to investigate vampires. Herman went there too when he was young. He never told me. I've had various hypotheses, of course, but I must confess, the question intrigues me, and to think that the answer might lie behind you. The personal papers of Herman are in this strongbox. He died suddenly, and didn't have the time to give me the code for opening it.
Can I try to open it? I'm no expert in the matter, but with a little luck...
Gladly. I'd be very grateful if you managed to open Herman's strongbox. The first trace we have stems from ancient Babylon. The creation poem contains sinister allusions to Lilith, the unappeasable, who sucks the blood of newborns. Several centuries later, the Odyssey evokes dead people who crowd together to drink at a blood-filled ditch. But it's in Europe, beginning in the 14th century, that veritable epidemics of vampirism are described. They would continue until the 18th century, a period which left us much written testimony.
What an energetic method.
It's very widespread. In Russia, they use an aspen stake. In other places, it's made of hawthorn, from which Christ's crown of thorns was woven. It has to. Reports describe hundreds of grave openings. The vampire's cadaver is identifiable because it's perfectly conserved. It often appears swollen by the blood it has absorbed. The blood stains its clothes, its nails, or its mouth. It's sometimes so abundant that it overflows the coffin. What do you mean by believe, Father?
I mean, do you think that vampires have a real, objective existence?
Real or objective? You must choose, Father. Because the only immediate reality is subjective. The rest are just hypotheses.
All right, your viewpoint is unassailable. So let me reformulate my question. According to you, has the existence of vampires been demonstrated?
Jean-Jacques Rousseau said, "If ever there was in the world a warranted and proven history, it is that of vampires. Nothing is lacking. Official reports, affidavits of well-known people, of surgeons, of priests, of magistrates. The evidence is most complete."
Yet all these stories and affidavits seem very confused to me. I sense nothing coherent behind it all. Didn't you say yourself that the traditions don't agree?
Don't take the legends literally. I think they are the deformed reflection of a truth that is even more horrible. This book, The Lords of Twilight, is the most rigorous volume ever written on vampires. Open it.
The Lords of Twilight is the work of an insane person. It's sheer madness.
Father, the war that has just ended shows that the whole world can go mad. In less than 30 years, evil will seize power and the earth will once more catch fire.
No, not so quickly, not so soon. After the carnage we went through, the world will take the time to let its wounds heal.
You'll see. The author of the book, the Thule Society that publishes it, all of them are criminals who won't hesitate trampling on corpses to gain power and eternal life. The war will come because of them and their like. That's very possible. Vlad was a cruel ruler, intelligent and determined. He could very well have made a deal with the devil and conquered immortality.
So he would have lived several centuries?
To be sure.
But where would he be hiding?
In Vladiviste? Why not? Or elsewhere. The fox might have changed his den. The only way to tell would be to follow the path until its end. It's a group founded by Heinrich von Kreutzberg on the ruins of the Golden Dawn, another secret society. Thule reached out to Professor von Bergen many times, but he couldn't bear them. He always kept his distance, and I followed his example.
Did they approach you?
Many times. Openly, not in any roundabout way. Oh, they're very clever, very influential. I would never compromise myself with them. Do you know the hidden apocalypse of Thomas the Greater?
Yes, there are those who say it is a prophetic work.
Here it is. Open the book, and you will read some astonishing things. This page reveals the origin of the Great War, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand at Sarajevo. The event that would submerge the world in horror had been announced centuries before in this book.
Really? This page, you say?
Forget the direction you ordinarily read in. Try to compose words vertically or diagonally. See?
Casus belli. The cause of the war.
Exactly. The prophecy contains two other terms that cross the first one. Look for them, and you will find the date and place of the assassination. Everything's there. In 1914, in Sarajevo, the incident that caused the war occurred. It can't be a coincidence.
It's very odd, I grant you that.
That's the past. Now let's discover the future. You see, on this page, the Thule Society is clearly designated. Its name is associated with Kaiadis, which means massacre. To know more, look for connected terms. So now everything is clear. At the instigation of the Thule Society, evil will triumph in Germany in 1936. And there will be massacres.
So this prophecy is at the root of your mistrust of the Thule Society.
It's just one element among many others. Believe me, those people have no notion of compassion. I see it as a way to force destiny, to attain, thanks to the force, spheres forbidden to man.
How could that be possible?
Father, you are well placed to know that sacraments of good exist. You must accept that there are also sacraments of evil, handed down from time immemorial.
If they do exist, these sacraments can only be dangerous illusions.
They do exist. 7 of them. 7 stages of the same route. 7 trials to change a man into a bloodthirsty monster who pretends to deal with God as an equal. The keys to the path of the dragon are hidden in ancient documents. Take this occult work. It contains an illustration that I would ask you to examine carefully.
These variations between the two versions of the crucifixion are troubling. You say that Professor Van Bergen was able to interpret them?
Herman was convinced that the variations in the documents revealed the secrets of the path. Imagine yourself as a copyist, seeking to transmit a message to initiates. Two methods are possible. Either you add an element to the original, or more subtly, you remove one.
The chalice?
Yes, it's absent from the copy, and I think it's a way to draw attention to it. The devil leaves his signature in its absence, Herman said.
Then the chalice is important.
An object is associated with each stage of the path. I'd venture a guess that the chalice is one of them. There are 6 others to discover.
What happens at the end of the route?
The initiate must accomplish one last rite. He won't be able to unless he's understood all he's achieved before. That is, if he knows the order of the trials as well as the objects and symbols related to each of them. If you want to transmit forbidden knowledge, it's an advantage to plagiarize sacred art. Your copy will be piously conserved by simple folk who don't even suspect what you've hidden there. And your message will go through the centuries, understood only by those to whom it is addressed, your spiritual brothers, the initiates. That's true, but it's very hard to find one's way in it. Herman had a very particular way of storing his books. Let's say he classified them more poetically than functionally. Every time I take a volume from the shelf, I write its call number on a bookmark I slip between the pages. That way I can put it back in place without losing too much time. For the same reason, I use ghosts.
Ghosts?
Yes, there are ghosts in my library. That's what we call the pieces of white cardboard that signify the place of a missing work on the shelf.
This lock is incredibly noisy. Or has my ear become more sensitive? I found the combination. MDCCCXX. Looks like a number in Roman numerals.
Thank you for opening the strongbox, Father. Would you be so kind as to deposit the contents on my desk?
I won't examine this document without permission.
This is a letter from Mr. Stoker addressed to Herman. Read it, please.
Okay. Have a good night, Colby. I'm probably gonna play a bit more and then get off. Sleep well.
So then Stoker was inspired by a story told him by Professor von Bergen, The story of events that had taken place in Transylvania. Perhaps in Vladoviste?
It's probable.
Did you know that Professor Van Bergen knew Bram Stoker?
Yes, but I ignored all the details that are recounted in this letter. I only knew that Stoker had cited Herman among the sources inspiring him, and Herman was not flattered.
Had the professor foreseen the novel's success?
In no way. One day he told me, speaking of Stoker, that irresponsible man didn't understand half of what I told him. He's peddling errors that could cost people their lives. Fortunately, his book will be quickly forgotten.
Professor, I don't want to take up too much of your time. This visit was most interesting, even if, I must admit, your opinions hardly go in the sense my hierarchy expected.
It's regrettable that the Catholic Church is so rigid. But even if the existence of vampires may be doubted, the existence of the Thule Society is unquestionable. Beware of it, Father. I'll gather some documents that will show you all of the malevolence of this organization. Where can I send them to you?
At the Vladovista Inn, if you'd be so kind. Thank you for receiving me so graciously, Professor.
I wish you a safe journey back to Transylvania, Father. God keep you. No point for us to go to the library.
This is not the time to...